What's up, guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. Today I've got a Fantasy Cup team for you. A little late to the party, but this was probably the most consistent Fantasy Cup team that you guys might want to save this video, bookmark it for next season, where I was able to find a nice little groove with this team. And there were some bad sets, of course, but overall I liked how it functioned. And Haxorus was a really strong lead for me because even when you saw the fairies with this team, you could usually swap Tapu, and most of the things that are going to be Tapu, like Registeel, are weak to Haxorus, where you could then farm them down. So this battle not really functioning that way since I stayed in the lead. So we're already in a pretty rough looking spot, but we're going to try our best to get out of it. And Tapu Fini and Registeel core, like, they just cover each other so well in this meta. There's not a whole lot that beats both of them. So I tried to catch a flash cannon there, as you see, but looks like I was just one turn off, one turn too late. Because the opposing Reggie's in about Focus Blast range, I decided to swap here, store my energy from the Tapu. I'm going to shield this up. Like, nothing's going to do more than a Focus Blast, right? So I shield it up. I go for a Focus Blast of my own. I know the opposing Reggie's going to outpace me. Oh, but they actually take it on the chin and then they swap. Very interesting. They're going to get off a drill run here. Now I'm wondering, if I zap, is there any way I can still get to another move? It's going to be close. I really need this debuff here probably to have a chance. And I do get the debuff. I'm going to swap out here. Get off my Surf. Any way I can get to this next one? Nah. Escavalier ain't having that. Gonna get to the drill run, and I think I get there, but I decide... Oh, no, okay. I do throw it. I was gonna say I decide not to throw it just because I know the Registeel has more health than mine anyway. But we give ourselves a chance, and unfortunately comes down to like 1 HP. And the opposing Registeel locks us down. Great game there. Just fell a little bit short. Let's see if we can get back into gear. And this next one, Dr. Carnage. That's an intimidating name. Oh, baby. Slurpuff. The Puff Daddy. Not who I want to see. You know, it doesn't happen super often to me, but one little bug you saw there that I'm sure you guys might be experiencing is when you try and swap immediately, the game kind of cues a fast move first, which is a little bit unfortunate. I've seen it happen to others quite a bit. Most Registeels were running Flash Cannon in this meta, but not all. Some were running Zap, so I usually shield the first one just to see, because like, worst case, I mean, Flash Cannon does a lot anyway, so it's not like, oh, I shielded a Flash Cannon. Like, it's not that bad of a shield anyway. Gonna get off another Surf here. Let's see how our opponent decides to play this. He shields. I'm gonna shield and go for a farm down, it appears. Flip switch. I get the water gun down, so I'm down to shield, but I have flipped switch. I decided to go for Surf here, not because I expect to shield, so this isn't really a bait. It's just more of me thinking I can get to 2 Surfs rather than 1 Moonblast. So although I don't get it off, it does at least force him to unload a Flamethrower, which is kind of good. I come in with Reginald Steel. Reginald Steel will be able to tank at least 2 Flamethrowers here. Get off the Zap Cannon. But we don't know what's in the back. That's still a little bit scary for us. They shield. They come in with G-Weezy, and this is looking pretty rough. I do get off my Zap before going down to an Overheat. So that is good for us, but it's like, I can't really switch. I'm hoping, like, after the debuff, I can live in Overheat, force him to throw again, and I do live it. So this is good. I force him to throw another move. Play rough, and that tells me what he's running. And now I know he's like 3 times debuffed, right? So I'm like, I probably live a play rough. 1 debuff from the Zap Cannon, 2 debuffs from the play rough. It still does a ton of damage. I'm anticipating the swap. I know Slurpuff has energy. I kind of lost track of how much exactly, so I Earthquake it. And now we just need to get to this breaking swipe, and we barely get there with our shiny Haxorus. And shiny Haxorus does the impossible and sweeps 2 fairy-type Pokemon in the end game. That's why I recommend running Earthquake in the Fantasy Cup. Because I think it really comes in handy more often than not. Tough lead once again. Have we lost like 3 leads in a row? We're going to save swap Tapu. We're met by Reggie again. This guy might have Zap Cannon though, so that would be a little bit worse for us. Surf's up, dude. Move coming through. Have a feeling they're running Zap this time. With how much they built up. It is a Zap. We do get debuffs. This is not looking great. We're going to try to do our best. Like, even if we go down 2 shields here, if we can get Reggie onto the opposing Tapu, maybe we still have a chance. The tough thing here is, like, the next Surf isn't even going to quite KO. Now that we're double debuffed, I get this off. And now I'm thinking about potentially hard swapping into Hax. I go for a catch attempt, don't get it. He swaps in Wiggly though. And I'm thinking, maybe this gives us a win con. We get off the Earthquake. I'm really hoping for a shield here. I get the shield. And then check out this. I'm thinking like, whoa. Suddenly we're in an okay spot. The opposing Reggie has a move that we need to be aware of. But if we can like come out of this with energy, we might be in a good spot. So I go for the Zap Cannon. I don't undercharge though, and it actually knocks out. And that is a misplay from Rise, not knowing how much damage his Zap Cannon does to a Wigglytuff in the Ultra League. I thought Wigglytuff would hang on, but it kind of makes sense, right? Only 2178 CP. It doesn't quite reach that 2500 mark, so I needed to undercharge there. Moonblast comes through, and unfortunately, we're just going to get outpaced to the move here. But if I had undercharged the Zap Cannon on that Wiggly, I think we might have won that game. So you live and you learn. Well, it looks like a kind of hard counter game. I think we still had some play. Hacks into shiny Tapu. Swap our Tapu. Met by Reggie. It's like the same game over and over again, but let's see if we can find a way out this time. Going for the Surf. And we're going to shield. I normally... oh, I just got a notification on my phone. New Play Pokemon updates. That's exciting. After recording this video, I'm going to have to look into that. But another Surf coming through. I've got a mosquito bite on my ankle. Don't you guys hate those? This is the worst spot for a mosquito bite. We're down 2 shields. Don't try this at home, kids. Do not try this at home. Going down 2 shields, usually not the best play. I tried to snipe with Hacks. Opponent was too fast. Too fast. Looks like Tapu's going to get to the Moonblast here just before our Earthquake. So, not looking good, but we still have our fully healthy Reggie. And our opponent is switch locked. So, we're not completely out of it yet. We don't know what's in the back. Surf coming through. Overfarm just a little bit. Going for the Zap Cannon. I actually undercharge. But once again, Rise not successful with the undercharges. Go for the Focus Blast here. And I grab the final shield. And my thought process here was like, if I swap and I can lure out the opposing Reggie, then maybe I can lock on down that Reggie and come out with a Focus Blast. That doesn't happen, but our opponent stays in, which is a little bit awkward for him. I get off the Surf, but now we're so low. I'm like, dang, he's got us. I'm like, oh man, so close. He locked us down first. We lose. Good game. But check out what happens. Don't ever give up. He's not running Focus Blast. He's running Zap Cannon and Flash Cannon. And We're able to steal the win. We're able to steal the win. Definitely lucky there. Came down to movesets in the end. Scizor, one of my favorite Pokemon. People ask me my favorite Pokemon all the time. I usually say Scizor. I've just always liked how cool he looks. Like super sleek, super fast. We were able to catch the Night Slash. He tried to catch a Surf on us, but we're able to avoid that from happening. Moonblast grabs a shield. And at this point, I'm like, we got our shield advantage. He's in Zap Cannon range, so I'll just let this go, force him to unload a Moonblast if he wants to knock us out. He does smartly go for the Moonblast. We come in with Reginald Steel. Our lucky Reggie. Our lucky shiny Reggie. Surf connects. Zap Cannon. Coming through. We go for an undercharge. Yo, Rise finally undercharged right. And then he hard swaps into Hax, which would be bad in a situation where we're behind energy, but we're actually ahead energy because we had that stored energy from earlier. And we're up a shield. So I'm feeling pretty good about this situation. Just going to get off this Breaking Swipe right away. Nothing fancy. And you'll be surprised how much this does. Haxorus is quite glassy. Very attack-weighted Pokemon. Doesn't even get off another. And at this point, I'm like, where do I expend my last shield? I decided I'm just going to save it for Reggie. Let this go. Especially if he, like, boosted or something and I didn't get to my Breaking Swipe. Like, that could have been a lose con. I'm fine letting this go, right? Because I know I can take a Night Slash. Just had to be a little bit careful, right? To avoid the catch. And we're smooth sailing. Focus Blast. Bang. Knocks out. And we lock on down the Tapu Fini. G to the G. Trainer. Haxorus versus Giratina. Breaking Swipe coming through. Having the ability to debuff a Pokemon is really nice because, like, I swap in Tapu, and normally Tapu doesn't love that Giratina matchup, but because it's debuffed, it kind of forces your opponent to get out as well. And now what I'm thinking is like, normally I shield here to try and flip this matchup. But if I can like farm down with Hax and come out with energy, that could be pretty nice for me. So I'm going for Surf. And once again, one thing I like to say in coaching sessions and stuff is Pokemon Go PvP is not an exact science by any means. In some ways it is, right? Because you have the same like energy per move and energy per turn. However, sometimes you're not always going to have like an exact plan and you're just kind of trying to figure things out on the fly. Our opponent gave up Switch as to not give our Haxorus the free farm down. But we're able to align our Reggie with the Tapu. So this is looking kind of weird, right? Because that opposing Giratina has a lot of energy, which could be problematic for our Haxorus. But for the time being, we're in a favorable matchup. We didn't get the debuff, which is unfortunate. Another Zap Cannon. Will we get the debuff this time? We do. I think Surf still knocks out, though. And I wasn't convinced I could get off a Zap Cannon before he gets to another Surf. So I let it go. This is looking kind of rough. I'm forced to shield a Dragon Claw. I throw this. I mean, I guess I should have just thrown it instantly because then theoretically the Shadow Claw would have done a little bit less damage. But this looks over to me because I don't think I can KO in 5 counters. Yeah, so I don't really bother throwing the Breaking Swipe because he still had a fairly healthy Tapu Fini, right? Next battle. When I was on my trip to Japan, I was able to upload some shorts, like by recording my sets and just editing from my phone. Let me know for you guys watching this video, how often you guys like watching shorts for Pokemon Go PvP. Because I see quite a few of them do pretty well. I think the most viewed videos on the channel are shorts that just kind of randomly took off. Something about shorts with the YouTube algorithm allows them to like take off on occasion. more so than like standard longer form videos. Slurpuff Daddy going for another flamethrower. And that flamethrower allows Slurpuff to like really hang in this matchup, but we're going to be able to two-shot it. Slurpuff's never going to be able to two-shot Reggie, so they just let it go. They come back in with Slash, and they allow me to get off the Focus Blast, which I'm like, huh, why did they do that? But it kind of makes sense, right? Because they can simply just shield once, and then they have all this energy for my Haxorus, which is quite concerning, to be honest. And I get denied, of course. I actually let it go. Interesting. Ow. That did a lot. I shield up one, expecting him to swap here. And it's double fairy, so I actually throw my Breaking Swipe. I throw my Breaking Swipe because I'm thinking, like, where else am I going to use this energy? So at least I can debuff this Clefable for this matchup. And I put up my shield. I'm thinking, like, okay, he's debuffed. He probably doesn't bother going for Meteor Mash. He goes for the harder hitting Moonblast. Gonna be able to take a move here. I'm building up a lot of energy in case, like, Sandslash comes in because I know our switch timers are desynced. Maybe I should have just gone for the Moonblast, but no, I actually get the Water Gun down right before a move. And I've got all this energy. Sandslash doesn't have much energy because it just threw back-to-back Ice Punches. I get off another Surf. My switch timer is up. And my plan is just swap in right away. Get off at least one counter. And I get off two counters. And they simul KO. And we're able to win. So we're in a nice lead. Our opponent's ABB strat lured out our fairy counter. And put us in a tough spot. But still able to find a way to win. Great lead into Berserker. He swaps G-Weezy. I swap Reggie. Like, it was kind of just like a reaction swap here. So obviously not the best matchup in the world for Reggie. But if they are running Sludge, which some of them are, it's not very good for Tapu. I don't get the debuff, so now I'm concerned that this next Overheat's going to knock out. But I decide, like, if he's willing to overheat again, he's going to be super debuffed. So I come in with my own Tapu. And I'm going to be able to build up a lot of energy here. Let's see what the second move is. It is Play Rough. But I'm going to be willing to absorb another one and come out with as much energy as possible. Excuse me. Another Play Rough lands. Surf coming through. We'll have to put this G-Weezy quite low. Can we get the Water Gun down? We can. I'm expecting Berserker to come back. And I don't want to switch lock myself against like a potential second fairy Pokemon. So I'm actually just going to stay in here, get rid of this energy. And I misplay. I miss time when I throw there. So I actually throw on charge move priority. So definitely a bit of a misplay from me. But at least I guess we get rid of the Berserker. So it's not the end of the world. And it is Clefable in the back. And I go straight for the Moonblast. And my thought process is either I get the shield or this lands, does big damage. It lands. And now all this... Oh, and I catch the Meteor Mash. Yo. What a play. Rise... Admiring his own play. There's going to be at least one comment like, wow, Rise, so cocky. Complimenting your own play. Wow, can't believe you. But that was a pretty nice catch. Catching the Meteor Mash on the hack. If I don't make that catch, I think we lose. Maybe not. I don't know. Kind of awkward. Hacks into S-Cavalier. This is against Richie, a regional champion. Battler, the Charlotte regional champion. Also a guy that plays with a lot of like passion and excitement, which you kind of like to see. I like multiple styles. I always tend to prefer the people that are like really stoic, and we get acid spray baited here. That's unfortunate. I always appreciate the people that are like really stoic and like kind of cool when they win. Like it's like, yeah, I've been here before. It's no big deal. But I also admire the people that kind of wear their emotions on their sleeve. And they're more fun to watch, right? Like people that that you can tell like how much it means, and you see them get all excited and jump up when they win. Okay, so a little bit awkward here. Our opponent smartly cleared the debuff. I actually decide to shield this first drill run, thinking like this will probably be the most damage. I mistimed my Zap Cannon there, it looks like, so I gave him a free Shadow Claw. Bit of a mistake. I don't get the debuff. It's kind of brutal. This being a non-Shadow Sandslash kind of benefits me here because he's not going to be able to two-shot me with Drill Run. So that's why you see me not really like throwing my energy. I'm kind of hanging on to it as long as I can. I know there's a potential swap coming in. Oh, he actually gives me the last shield. That surprised me. He tries to catch the Surf. I was patient. Gonna get off the Moonblast here. It's not gonna KO, but it might put it into lock-on down range for my Reggie. Lock-on down range for Reggie? Is that too overzealous? But at this point, I'm thinking that's my only win con, because there's no way if I throw a move at Tapu Fini, I'm gonna be able to get to a move against Sandslash. I guess theoretically, if I had thrown instantly there, maybe I get to another Focus Blast before he gets to 2 drill runs. But, oh man. So now I'm wondering, did I misplay? Am I still going to get there? Look at that 1 HP sliver of health. Boom. Focus Blast coming through. What a game against Mr. Richie. GG's, man. And an exciting one to finish out the video on. So, a little late for class. Sorry, students. You can give me a tardy penalty on Fantasy Cup content since I was traveling in Japan and New York. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Some really good battles there, and a pretty standard meta team that maybe you guys also have access to for the next time Fantasy Cup rolls around. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And all that said, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.